Investing does not have to be complicated if you just understand the basics, right? So, when people talk about investment, there's just this notion, just this mindset that it has to be something very complicated. And that's the reason most people are not building wealth yet. And most people are not creating a passive income system with what they have on ground. Investment does not have to be complicated. You can stick to a particular system of investment and build wealth with it over the years. Hi, my name is Gift Onyeka. Thank you and welcome to another video or another section where I'm going to show you how you can actually build wealth with low risk investment. Trust me, I am your favorite investments coach because I make what every other person makes so complicated very simple. These things are simple. I was having a conversation with a friend of mine, and he saw how passionate I was about people can actually do these things, people can actually build wealth. And I feel like it's so simple. And he kept telling me that these things are not simple. If you don't know it, you don't know it. And I was like, okay, maybe because I have been doing this for the past 5 years. I had worked in an investment company for 5 years. And then I started teaching about how people can start investing for the past 5 years as well. So in total, this is 10 years of experience. My first 5 years, programmed my mind around you need to have money to be able to do this because what they were promoting or what they were selling had you you needed to have a certain amount of money to be part of the system. But I realized that that's not all that it is, right? There are other systems that you can use to build wealth that can give you what the big wants, especially if you understand where you are in your financial journey. You can actually build wealth with these systems. These are what we call low risk investment. This low risk investment, you can use them to build passive income for yourself. So let's get into it, right? Number one on my top list is treasury bills. Now, why treasury bills? Because treasury bills are offered by the government and is a short-term investment, especially if you're in Nigeria. But I also know that there are other countries that this is offered, but it's mostly, or it's you could also look at them as bonds, right? It's mostly offered by the government. The US government does it, the Nigerian government do it, and the question is, why do they offer this? Now, they feel like the people have enough money that they could use to achieve projects that they want to achieve. Take, for instance, that you are from Abia State, and but the state does not offer it, is the government that offers it. But let's take for instance that the government want to build an airport, right, in the country. Probably they want to build a world class standard airport. Now, instead of going to look for money, probably borrow money from China, just like we've been doing over time, they just come to their citizens because they believe that people have money, and people really do have money. Yeah, people have money. So they take your money from you, invest it in this project. Remember that this project also generates income for the government, right? So they invest it into those projects, and you are being paid back a certain amount of money. Like, is that understood? It sounds very simple, and it is very simple, and you can begin to build wealth with just this system. But for financial reasons, for also for financial, because of we want you to diversify. We don't want you to put your whole eggs in one basket. That is the reason why I'm not just talking about one, I'm talking about three systems, low risk systems that you can start doing. I was supposed to add fixed deposit here, right? Uh yeah, I'm supposed to add fixed deposit. It's just that I feel like the returns on fixed deposit sometimes it's not so much, and that's why. But fixed deposit is one of the systems you can use to achieve this wealth building goal on a low risk investment. Why are they low risk? Because the government have been running this system for the longest time, and it is not the day that you put your money that your money will not come out again. This is not MMM. This is not a get rich quick scheme. It's a structure that has been in existence and will continually be in existence. Have you heard of the US Treasury bills? Yes, the US also does that system where uh, they lend money from the citizens and then to achieve some projects, to pay off debts. Yeah, so Nigeria is not the only country that take loans, right? There are other countries that take loans. The US also take loans, right? So these are the ways they generate money to be able to offset all of those things. So it is a low risk system because you know that it is a government and your money will certainly come out at the end of the day. So that being said, um currently, as at the time of the recording of this video, this system pays 17 to 25% returns on your capital that you invested. And the good thing is that you can actually get that return upfront. So let's take for instance that you're putting down a million naira. They are giving you back depending on the percent on the day that you are buying or investing in these treasury bills. Now, we have mutual funds, right? Hmm. Mutual funds is usually run by commercial banks, commercial houses, investment houses. There are houses that are investment houses that are not necessarily banks. So these are the people who run this. Now, like the word mutual, you are bringing not just your money, your other persons are bringing their money, so it's like a mutual collection of funds. Now when you give these investment houses or the banks, and that's why I always say don't save your money, because if you save your money, now the banks will be using your money to run this system. You understand, right? The banks are going to be using your money to run this system. So other investors bring their money together, and there is an expert who oversees these funds and is being invested into some things. It could be invested into real estate, it could be invested into the stock market, it could even be invested into treasury bills. Yes. It could even be invested into treasury bills. Now, when all of these investments is done, right, at the end of the quarter, so now most of these investments pay quarterly or yes, quarterly or yearly, either 3 months or yearly. So at the end of it, you are giving a percentage from that investment. Currently, as at the time of this recording, is still from 18 to 25%, depending on the investment house that you are using for this particular system. So mutual funds are that other comfortable, easy way you can start investing your money to make more money for you. So you have this money saved here, you can withdraw it at any time, right? And or you can go with the flow of either 90 days, 180 days, or um 365 days before you withdraw your funds. And now that brings us to commercial banks. Sorry, commercial papers. Now the issue with these commercial papers is the amount. So for treasury bills, you can start from as low as 5,000 and above. For mutual funds, you can do as low as 50,000 and above, right? But when it comes to commercial papers, it is done from 5 million and above. Now, but this is the catch. If you are in a community, uh, yeah, if you are in a community, you can pool your fund, or if you are in an investment house. So investment houses do this. Those who are their members get this information. That's another thing. Commercial papers, you hardly get notification as an individual for this opportunity, and that is why you need to be in a community. You need to be in an investment community, like the Path to Wealth community, right, that we have. So when these investment opportunities comes out, we get updated immediately. So those in our community get to invest in this system. Now, this system also pays you from 20, it actually depends, because the target audience is not low income earners. The target audience are big firms, the bank, wealthy persons. That's why the list you can go into with this, for this particular one, is 5 million to 50 million. So it's done for investment houses, banks, the big shots. But you can achieve from this if you are in an investment community that get notified immediately there is an opportunity like that. I had one that's just last month, right? Yes, last month. And it's always announced 2 days to the closing. Now, this particular one, you get your returns of investments in the next 240 days. Yes, if I'm correct, 240 days or 200. So it's even less than a year. You get your profit, or your capital and your profits back. Now, these are investment opportunities that are going on silently, and the banks will not mention this. Trust me, if you walk into a bank and you say you want to invest, the first thing they'll show you is their fixed deposit that will pay you 8% or very low percent. Because why? They need your money to invest in the big shots. So that's why I'm telling you. And one of the ways you can get information on all of the opportunities, because you can't just walk in and say I want to do this. You will get the information about the days where they are available, and then you invest in it. That is why being in an investment community like the one I just mentioned, which is the Path to Wealth community, where as soon as these investment opportunities are communicated to us, it's being shared with every member, and then you know that okay, I can put my money into this. And the good thing is that they are all secured. They are low risk investments, they are secured. You can begin to use this and build wealth. I have a particular client which I consulted for, who have just these systems that are mentioned here. We've been able to set up an investment portfolio for him, right? And he has a short time investment goal. There's a particular goal he's trying to achieve in the next 5 years. And we've been able to use these with treasury bills, mutual funds, commercial papers to put in his money in all of this, that in the next 5 years, we are projecting an amount, and this amount that he's getting out of this investment is huge, which on a normal circumstances, if it was saved in the bank, he will never get that amount. Even if he saved it in a fixed deposit, he will never get such an amount, right? That is why you need someone who can help you to start all of this, to get the knowledge, and not just the knowledge, beyond the knowledge, you can also start get notification when all of this is when all of these opportunities. But you also have these systems, part of these systems on Bamboo app, which I'm going to leave a link below this video if you want to start investing on Bamboo. Bamboo also offers you some of these systems where you can just invest with them and then watch your money grow. The idea is that you're able to make your money work for you even while you are not actively involved. That is what investment is all about. Until you get to a point where your passive income begins to pay your bill, don't stop investing. Again, my name is Gift Onyeka, your financial bestie. And if you want to be part of the Path to Wealth Masterclass or Path to Wealth community, where we dig into all of this on another level, what you should look out for, what the kind of investment houses you should pick, and the investment houses not to invest with, the banks that you should invest in or not invest in. I think the Path to Wealth Masterclass is that go-to for you. You can even migrate from here to there and get all of that information. And I will also be leaving the link on all of that I've mentioned on this beneath or below this video for you to start. Be part of us and become one of the community member. Until we meet, thank you for listening and watch the next video.